Download the app Class 10 MCQ available on Google Play Store. Class 10 Chapter 1 Chemical Reaction and Equation. The first question is electrolysis of water is a decomposition reaction. The mass ratio of hydrogen and oxygen gases liberates at the electrodes during electrolysis of water is. Here we have to find out the mass ratio of hydrogen and oxygen in water. So we know that mass of hydrogen is 1 and here we have 2 hydrogens, so it is 2 is 2. Mass of oxygen is 16, so 2 is to 16, which is equal to 1 is to 8. So the answer is option D, 1 is to 8. Next, question number 2, accession. Decomposition reactions are generally endothermic reactions. This is true. Decomposition of organic matter into compost is an exothermic process. This is also true, but this is not the region of the accession. So the answer is option B. Both accession and region are true, but region is not the correct explanation of accession. Next, question number 3. A student performed the following experiment in his school laboratory. List 2 observations to justify that in this experiment a chemical change has taken place. So first, here we observe that when zinc granules is added in dilute sulfuric acid, then hydrogen gas is liberated. So the first change is evaluation of gas, and second change is change in temperature or rise in temperature. Next, question number 4. The correct balance chemical equation showing exothermic reaction in which natural gas burn in air is. Here there are 2 exothermic reactions, the second and fourth, but in second option carbon is not balanced, so the correct answer is option D, that is CH4 plus 2O2 gave rise to CO2 plus 2H2O plus energy. Next, question number 5. Define the term decomposition reactions. Write one chemical equation each for decomposition reactions where energy is supplied in the form of heat, light or electricity. So the answer is a single reactants break down to give 2 or more product, then it is called decomposition reactions, that is A give rise to B plus C, then it is a type of decomposition reactions. Here one example is CaCO3 when heated give rise to CaO plus CO2. Next, AgCl when exposed in sunlight it gives Ag plus Cl2. Next, H2O when electric current is passed through it, then hydrogen and oxygen separate. Next, question number 6. Decomposition of vegetable matter into compost is considered an exothermic reaction. Why? Because energy is released or heat is released. Next, question number 7. Why are decomposition reactions called the opposite of combination reactions? Write one chemical equation each for this type of reactions. Mention the name of the reactants and the product involved in these reactions. First, in combination reaction, single product is formed from 2 or more reactants, that is A plus B give rise to C, and in decomposition reactions a single reactant breaks down to give 2 or more product, that is A give rise to B plus C. So the two are opposites. Next, example of combination reactions is carbon plus oxygen give rise to carbon dioxide plus heat, and example of decomposition reaction is calcium carbonate give rise to calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide when it is heated. Next, question number 8. Consider the following chemical equations. PAl plus QH2O give rise to RAl2O3 plus SH2. To balance these chemical equations, the value of P, Q, R and S must be respectively. Here we see that in left hand side we have 1 aluminum and in right hand side here we have 2 aluminum. To balance it we multiply 2 here, and after that in left hand side we have 1 oxygen and in right hand side we have 3 oxygen, so we multiplied 3 here, and if we multiply 3 then we have 6 hydrogen and here we have 2 hydrogen. To balance out we multiplied 3, so the value of P, Q, R and S are 2, 3, 1 and 3, that is option number C. Next, question number 9. List the possible source of energy required in decomposition reaction. Illustrate any one with a suitable example. The source of energy are heat, light and electricity, and one example is AgBr. When exposed in sunlight it gives rise to Ag plus Br2, or any other examples. Next, question number 10. What is observed when hydrated ferrous sulfide crystal are heated in a dry boiling tube? Give balanced chemical equations of the reactions that occurs. So the answer is, first we write observation. Water droplets on upper part of the test tube or color changes from green to white or white to brown on heating strongly. Pungent smell of burning sulfur. And the equations are FeSO4.7H2O when it is heat. then it gives rise to FeSO4 plus 7H2O, and again FeSO4 when it at Fe2O3 plus SO2 plus SO3. Next, question number 11. In which one of the following situations a chemical reaction does not occur? So milk is left at open at room temperature during summer. This is a chemical reaction. Grapes get fermented. This is also an iron nail is left exposed to humid atmosphere. This is also chemical reactions. Melting of glaciers. This is not a chemical reaction. So the answer is option D. Next, question number 12. Define oxidation. Identify and name the substance oxidized in the following reactions. So oxidation is gain of oxygen or the loss of hydrogen atom or loss of electron. Here the substance oxidized is hydrogen. Next, question number 13. Why do we balance a chemical equations? Name and state the law that suggests the balancing of a chemical equations. Balance the following chemical equations. Zn plus H3PO4 give rise to Zn3PO4 whole 2 plus H2. We know that the number of atoms of each element remain same before and after a chemical reactions. And to satisfy the law of conservation of mass, we balance the chemical equations. And the law of conservation of mass states that mass can neither be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction. And the balancing of this equation is 3Zn plus 2H3PO4 give rise to Zn3PO4 whole 2 plus 3H2. Next, question number 14. Define a precipitation reactions. Give its example and also express the reactions that occur in the form of a balanced chemical equations. Any reactions in which a precipitate is formed is called precipitation reactions. And one example is when sodium sulfate solution is added to the barium chloride solutions, a white precipitate of barium sulfate is formed. And the equation is Na2SO4 plus BaCl2 give rise to BaSO4 plus NaCl. Here BaSO4 is our white precipitate. Next, question number 15. The main observation while performing the experiment of burning magnesium ribbon in air are: first, magnesium ribbon burns with a dazzling white flame. This is true. A white powder is formed. This is also true. Magnesium ribbon vaporized. This is false. Aqueous solution of the white powder turns blue litmus to red. This is also false. So the answer is option C, first and second. Next, question number 16. The value of A, B, C and D in the following balanced chemical equations are respectively PbNO3 whole 2 give rise to PbO plus NO2 plus O2. Here we can see that Pb is balanced because in both sides it is 1 1, and for oxygen here we have 3 multiplied by 2, that is 6 oxygen, but here we have 2 2 and 1, so here we multiply 2 to balance the oxygen. And if we multiply 2, then the number of Pb is 2, so here we also multiply 2, and if we multiply 2, then here we have 4n and here we have 1, so here we multiplied 4, and after this it is balanced. So the answer is option D, 2 2 4 1. Next, question number 17. Accession. Silver chloride turns grey in sunlight. This is true. Reason: decomposition of silver chloride into silver and chlorine takes place by sunlight. This is also true, and this is the correct reason of accession. So the correct answer is option A. Both accession and reason are true, and reason is the correct explanation of the accession. Next, a crystalline substance of green color X emits gases of characteristic odor when heated over a flame. It first loses water and changes color. On further heating, it decomposes and produces a solid compound Y. Identify X and Y. State the change in color observed when X is heated. So here X is FeSO4.7H2O, that is ferrous sulfate crystals, and Y is Fe2O3, that is ferric oxide, and the color changes green to white and then brown. Next, question number 19. In the following experimental setup of electrolysis of water, if P and Q are the gases collected in the test tubes enclosing the electrodes R and S, then select the options in which matching is correct. Here we observe that in P the gas collected is more as compared to Q. So the P is hydrogen gas and Q is oxygen gas. So that is P is hydrogen and Q is oxygen. So the answer is option D, that is I and IB. Next, question number 20. Select from the following a statement which is not true about burning of magnesium ribbon in air. First, it burns with a dazzling white flame. This is true. A white powder is formed on burning. This is also true. It is an endothermic reaction. This is false. So answer is option D. It is an endothermic reaction. Next, question number 21. Write balanced chemical equations for the reactions that occurs when steam is passed over red hot iron. When steam is passed over red hot iron, it is Fe plus H2O give rise to Fe3O4 plus H2. Next, natural gas is burned in air. When natural gas is burned in air, it is CH4 plus O2 give rise to CO2 plus H2O. Next, glucose with oxygen in the cell of our body and provides energy, and this is C6H12O6 plus O2 give rise to CO2 plus H2O plus energy, and we have to balance these equations. Next, question number 21. When 2 ml of sodium hydroxide solution is added to few pieces of granulated zinc in a test tube and then warm, the reaction that occur can be written in the form of a balanced chemical equation as. Here the correct option is option B, that is 2NaOH plus Zn give rise to Na2ZnO2 plus H2. Next, question number 23. Select from the following a decomposition reactions in which source of energy is for decomposition of light. That is here option number C, that is AgBr give rise to Ag plus Br2. Next, question number 24. MnO2 plus 4HCl give rise to MnCl2 plus 2H2O plus Cl2. The reaction given above is a redox reaction because in this case here we can see that MnO2 is reduced and it is oxidizing agent, and HCl is oxidized, so it is reducing agent. So the correct option is option D, that is MnO2 is reduced and HCl is oxidized. Next, question number 25. Name the type of chemical reaction in which calcium oxide reacts with water. Justify your answer by giving balanced chemical equations for the chemical reactions. So this is a type of combination reactions where a single product is formed and the equation is CaO plus H2O give rise to CaOH2. Next, question number 26. Write one chemical equation is for the chemical reaction in which following have taken place. First, change in color. For change in color, the solution will become green in color. Fe plus CuSO4 give rise to FeSO4 plus U, and here CuSO4 is blue in color and FeSO4 is green in color, or any other reaction which shows change in color. Next, change in temperature. For change in temperature, the temperature will increase, that is NaOH plus HCl give rise to NaCl plus H2O plus heat, or you can give any other reactions which shows change in temperature. Next, formation of precipitate. For formation of precipitate, yellow precipitate, that is PbI2 is formed, and here PbNO3 whole 2 plus Ki give rise to PbI2 plus KNO3. Here PbI2 is yellow precipitate, or you can give any other reactions which show precipitation reactions. Next, question number 27. Select from the following a process in which combination reaction is involved. First, black and white photography. This is a decomposition reaction. Next, burning of coal. This is a combination reaction, so the answer is option B, that is burning of coal. Next, question number 28. Identify the correct statement about the following reactions. 2H2S plus SO2 give rise to H2O plus S. Here we can see that H2S is oxidized, so it is a reducing agent, and SO2 is reduced, so it is oxidizing agent. So the answer is option C, SO2 is oxidizing agent and H2S is reducing agent. Next, question number 29. No precipitation reactions can occur without exchange of ions between the two reactants. Justify this statement given the balanced chemical equations for the reactions. Exchange of ion can take place only in a double displacement reactions where one of the product gets precipitated, and the reactions is Na2SO4 plus BaCl2 give rise to BaSO4 plus NaCl, or you can give any other precipitation reactions, and here BaSO4 is precipitated. Next, question number 13. Giving one example of each, differentiate between displacement reactions and a double displacement reactions. So the answer is, for displacement reaction, more reactive metal displaces reactive metal, no exchange of ion takes place, and for double displacement reaction, an exchange of ion between the reactants takes place. And one example is CuSO4 plus Fe give rise to FeSO4 plus U. This is an example of displacement reaction. And Na2SO4 plus BaCl2 give rise to BaSO4 plus NaCl. This is an example of double displacement reaction. Next, question number 31. Consider the following chemical equations. Al2O3 plus HCl give rise to AlCl3 plus H2O. In order to balance these chemical equations, the value of A, B, C and D must be, here in left side we have 2 Al and here right side here we have 1 Al. So we multiply 2 here, and after multiplying 2 here we have 6 Cl and here 1. So here we multiplied 6, and after multiplying 6 here we have 6 H and here we have 2. So here we multiplied 3. So the correct answer is 1, 6, 2 and 3. Next, question number 32. Which one of the following reactions is different from the remaining 3? So here clearly we can see that option B is different from other 2, because this is an example of combination reactions. So option B. Next, question number 33. When magnesium ribbon is burnt in air and ash of white color is produced, write chemical equation for the reactions given the chemical name of the ash produced. State the type of chemical reactions giving justification for your answer. So when magnesium is burned in air, it produces magnesium oxide, that is Mg plus O2 give rise to MgO, and magnesium oxide is produced which is white in color, and this is a type of combination reactions, and the reason is 2 or more substances combine to form a single product, that is Mg plus O2 give rise to MgO. Next, question number 34. Zn plus CH3COS give rise to CH3CO whole to Zn plus H2. The above reaction is this is an example of displacement reaction. Next, question number 35. What is a chemical reactions? Describe one activity is to show that a chemical change has occurred in which change of color and next change in temperature has taken place. So the answer is, a chemical reactions involve the breaking and making of bonds between atoms to produce new substance, or when reactant changes to products. And add lead nitrate solution to potassium iodide solution taken in a test tube. The color changes from colorless solution to yellow precipitate, and the equation is PbNO3 whole 2 plus Ki give rise to PbI2 plus KNO3, and here PbI2 is yellow precipitate. Next is calcium oxide reacts vigorously with water to produce slaked lime, releasing a large amount of heat, and the reaction here is CaO plus H2O give rise to CaOH2 plus heat, and here CaO is calcium oxide, that is quicklime, and CaOH2 is calcium hydroxide, that is slaked lime. Next, question number 36. Define a decomposition reactions. How can we say that electrolysis of water and blackening of silver bromide when exposed to sunlight are decomposition reactions? Mention the type of energy involved in this case. So a reactant breakdown to keep 2 or more product, a reactant which requires energy to split a compound or reactant in 2 or more simple substance is called decomposition reactions. And water split into hydrogen gas and oxygen gas, this is an example of decomposition where electrical energy used. And silver bromide decomposes into silver and bromide, this is an example of decomposition reactions where light energy is used. Next, question number 37. The type of reaction in which calcium oxide is formed and calcium hydroxide is formed are opposite reactions to each other. Justify this statement with the help of chemical equations. So formation of calcium oxide is CO3 when heated give rise to CO plus CO2. It is an endothermic reactions and it is a decomposition reactions, whereas formation of calcium hydroxide CaO plus H2 give rise to CaOH2 plus heat. This is an exothermic reactions and this is a type of combination reaction. Next, question number 38. To balance the following chemical equations, the value of the coefficient X, Y and Z must be respectively Zn plus NO3 whole 2 give rise to ZnO plus NO2 plus O2. So here we can see that Zn and Zn, that is balance, and if we see oxygen, here we have 6 oxygen and here we have 2 plus 2 plus 1, that is 5 oxygen. So here we multiply 2, and to balance Zn we have multiplied 2 here, and if we multiply 2 then we can see that here we have 4N and here we have 1. So here we multiplied 4, and if we multiplied 4 then it is balanced out. So the answer is 2 to 4. Next, question number 39. Which of the following is a redox reaction but not a combination reaction? Here you can see that option number D is not a combination reaction. Question number 40. Copper powder is taken in a china dish and heated over a burner. Name the product formed. So the product form is copper oxide. State its color, and the color is black. Write the chemical equation for the reaction involved. So the chemical equation is Cu plus O2 give rise to Cu. Question number 41. Write the chemical equation for the chemical reactions which occurs when the aqueous solution of barium chloride and sodium sulfate react together. Write the symbols of the ions present in the compound precipitated in the reactions. So the answer is BaCl2 plus Na2SO4 give rise to BaSO4 plus NaCl. Here BaSO4 is precipitated and the ions present in the compound is Ba2 plus SO4 2 minus. Next, study the experimental setup shown in the diagram. Here we can see that in copper sulfate solution RNL are added, and write the chemical equation of the chemical reaction involved. So the chemical reaction is Fe plus CuSO4 give rise to FeSO4 plus Cu, and name and define the type of reaction. So the type of reaction is displacement reactions, a reactions in which a more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal from its salt solution. List two other metals which can be used in place of iron to show the same type of reactions with copper sulfate solution. So the other two metals are zinc, aluminum, calcium and magnesium. We can write any two here. Thank you for watching.